If I'm a gamer and I like crypto and I like cannabis, it's a lifestyle. And
Oh my God, he's so bitter. Oh, he's so bent, dude. Oh, get fucked. Get fucked, Bob. Oh my God, dude. He is so mad. Look at this. Oh, I gotta run that again. That's so funny. Oh, where did he go to school? Let me see. What is he done? Where? Robert Sloan. Damn, homie doesn't even have a fucking Wikipedia page, dude. That's so sad. Come on, brother. You gotta have something. r/Wall Street Brett's about to blow up another hedge fund. This one valued at 13.1 billion before the Reddit trolls decided to buy all GameStop. Up nearly 100 just today after being about 100% yesterday. Lol. Tell me we're not in a bubble. If GameStop goes up another 17%, this hedge fund will instantly collapse. 13.1 billion gone. Elon Musk just tweeted about the stock, and now they're trading at 192 after hours. If they open at this price, Melvin Capital will go bankrupt tomorrow morning. 13.1 billion in the wealth transferred from Wall Street to Reddit trolls. What we're witnessing isn't traditional pump and dump. It's an unorganized yet collective effort of meme lords and average Americans to completely ignore all market fundamentals and through the power of social media bankrupt hedge funds overnight, taking their funds. Legality unclear. Reddit is also in the process of memifying AMC stock to revive it from the dead. This is like the Occupy Wall Street movement, but on their own turf with real financial consequences. Incredible. So what they're trying to do is like look for fucking stock that would understandably be shorted because because it's a company that's at the verge of fucking bankruptcy, and then use the stock market principles against specific hedge funds, not even recognizing which hedge fund is like bought a bunch of positions against it, right? But assuming that someone would be absolutely doing that, and then pumping up the stock prices of it. It's like, does BlackBerry even? It's public info. They can tell when they'll be due. They can see who's shorting it. Is this how they take down capitalism? They short squeeze every failing company. AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, and BlackBerry are current targets. I'm gonna buy and shut down Fortnite. Y'all realize they can fuck over boomers' retirement monies? To answer the other chatter, most of the stock is owned by institutions, but Wall Street Bets buys call options, which has 100x leverage. Betting against GME because of shit. People said fuck Melvin and drove the price through the roof, bankrupting them. I'm paying off 20K CAD in student loans from GameStop options. The Reddit guy that found out about GME looked into the financials and realized they were actually not going bankrupt. In order for it to work, there needs to be enough people holding for long enough to continue pumping the price up. Yeah, but how would a one-word tweet be considered a scheme? Did you even listen to the guy in the video? Yeah, Elon Musk was actually tweeting that exact same fucking subreddit post, or this specific subreddit for no reason with the GameStonk. When he said GameStonk and actually posted about Wall Street Bets, what Elon Musk was actually doing was randomly and casually saying that. It's just, what are sentences really? Why would you just string along sentences, you know? I mean, seriously, Your Honor. If anything, Elon is responsible for memeing too close to the sun. These are just jokes. Like, shut the fuck up, idiot. You know exactly what he was doing. And by the way, I don't even have a problem with this. Like, this seems fucking dope. So, like, this is great. It is collective action, despite the fact that some of these dudes are annoying as fuck. It literally looks like utilizing the very glaring problems within the way that the stock market works against certain hedge funds. Super ironic how a stock app called Robinhood is literally stealing money away from billionaire hedge funds. I mean, one so far, and let's see how this pans out. Listen, if I know one thing, okay, if I know one thing, in the United States of America, you can't steal from the rich. You will literally go to jail, okay? Even if you yourself are rich, you can't steal from the rich. Bernie Madoff, motherfucker. It's not because he stole from the poor. It's because he stole from the rich, okay? So they will figure out a way to punish these people. 100%. 1,000%. There's no way. Especially because this exposes something that many leftists, who everyone ironically says you don't know what the fuck you're talking about in regards to the stock market, have been saying about the stock market. They're literally going on the mainstream media shows and crying for the SEC to do something about Reddit. Yeah, it's like... And by the way, the SEC might do something about Reddit on the legality of it. Jim Cramer wins because he recognizes the new money and force behind Wall Street Bets. Jim Cramer is... Wait.
Well, first... Well, first, it's great to see Herb and your gang is so right about so much of this. I've never seen it before. And what Wall Street Bets, which is really driving this, what they've done, that's a site on Reddit. What they've done is target large short positions. Now, they have.
I fucking love that they're talking about a subreddit, dude. Lyric did. Forgot I bought 100 GME for 3. Wait, what? Why did he do that? That's so random. Why would anybody ever do that? How many people are out there who have fucking dusty ass Bitcoin wallets with like millions of dollars in it, but they just literally can't open it? That's the real question. I mean, good for them, dude. Honestly, their Discord calls a 2020 version of being on the market floor. That's so funny. Oh, Jesus. That sounds horrible, dude. That is... I bought 60 AMC stock at $2 literally this month because I thought maybe after vaccines it would go up. I love the idea of like literally rewarding people for making the wrong bet. I think that's great. I do. I like punishing institutions in a way that they could not foresee by literally rewarding people for doing the wrong thing. It sounds fucking awesome.
Have not targeted
like literally seeking out the worst bet.
Top was 148% short. They went after Best Buy this morning because that's 67% short. They're obviously,
I never thought I would say that.
By the way, BlackBerry's not. They just happen to be a big favorite. Palantir, we don't know where they're doing. But I actually think, Herb, that they're smarter than we think. They're after the ones that are too shorted. No, short selling is not dead. But they're very smart about what to target.
Wait a minute. What you just said, target.
Imagine if this destroys, like, actually, I don't know if it would ever do that, but, like, if this destroys short selling.
So here's my question. How is it that they can target, and that's legal, and if there was, in the old days, a bear raid, that was illegal? When does this become manipulation, Jim?
It's such a tough question because, remember, what's manipulation? How about if an analyst came out right now and said, I think GameStop is going to 250? Would we give that person a pass? Yes, because of the First Amendment. No, listen to me. It's First Amendment protection versus the idea of a group getting together to bust the shorts. But if the group is not...
But the group is literally kind of there in the form of a subreddit. I mean, there's no, like... It's on questionable enough grounds that they could probably take action just to fucking put the fear of God into people. Do you know what I mean?
It's just a lot of people who love it. It's going to be very hard for the U.S. Attorney to do anything, Herb. What is it? The SEC. They're not. What kind of case do they have? We like the stock. We like the stock. I mean, that's the kid where Ryan Cohen got in. He bought 15% at $8. He's on the board. We like the stock. How is that bad? Or do you think that they're concentrated and doing some sort of manipulation if they say they like the stock?
Well, I don't know if they're concentrated because I don't have subpoena power and I can't really go out and look at it. I could argue I don't even know if there are foreign powers at work here behind the scenes trying to make chaos on the market.
Oh my God. Okay, dude. Oh, dude, liberals are so fucking annoying. Oh, my Lord. Oh, it's Russian involvement, maybe? Please. SEC, please. People that aren't supposed to make money off the stock market are making money. Maybe it's China. Maybe it's China. Please. SEC, please, why will you do something? It's like he's more mad that people that aren't supposed to be making money are making money. And he's not in on it.
Let me ask you this, Jim, because I think Mike Santoli, look, there's a good number of people
probably not a lib. He's absolutely a lib. All these motherfuckers are liberals, bro. They live in New York. They are the reason why the Democratic Party is so fucking pro Wall Street deregulation. Because these guys are all liberals.
We're like, I'm not investing in
CNBC. Of course they're liberals.
These kinds of stocks. I don't know what the heck they're talking about. I'm really not interested in it.
They're peak
Jim,
Democrat.
Mike brings up what really is the cogent point for the broad audience. This is a sideshow. Does it at some point disturb the main event.
I think that more people are worried that it's going to disturb the main event than it is. It is a sideshow. What happened in GameStop? Okay, so the big trade was to be long the 40 calls and to be short the 60 calls. So they forced you to cover the 60 calls. They, being the market makers, had to cover. They started covering around 4 o'clock. So you did not, if you own the 40 and you're short the 60, you got caught here because you were not able to sell the 40 at the same price that you got closed out in the 60. So you see that they were closing out and closing out and closing out. And Pete, you know this. And then once it was done, boom. I mean, anyone who was long it from the 40 calls doesn't have the capital. So that's why it came under pressure.
By the way, Hasan, you know you were contributing to it? Yeah, fuck yeah. Great. That's awesome. Yeah. I love it. That's awesome.
It just shows you, too, what, like, okay, we came into the show today, Jim, saying, okay, we're going to lead with technology. NASDAQ's ripping today. We're leading into a bunch of really critical earnings. And then we see what's happening with GameStop and the rest of the market story, and we're like, what in the world? So you make this great pivot. It sucks a lot of the air out of the room. At the end of the day, though, Jim, this week and this month and maybe the next one is going to be driven by the numbers. Right. I hope. The fundamentals.
And it's tomorrow.
Fundamentals
it's tomorrow. What's Johnson & Johnson going to say? What happens if Johnson & Johnson says, okay, we had a great quarter. Stay tuned because you may only have to take one shot. I mean, where does that stock go? Look at Eli Lilly. Look at what happened to Eli Lilly on a couple of on Good News and Alzheimer's.
What happens with these earnings?
Say you again?
Companies come out. What happens with these companies, Jim, if people come out, and we know it's when the company stands up and the company says it's not quite what you expected it to be at these levels. And what I think is very interesting as I watch it, as these stocks go higher and higher and higher, executives are human beings. They have feelings. They get caught up in it too. Now they have a...
Oh my God. Oh, this guy is my favorite personality, dude. Oh, fuck off, dude. Oh my God. Not a single person like taking a step back and being like, well, there's a problem with the fundamentals if this can be so easily manipulated by a group of fucking dudes on a subreddit. Not a single person has said that thus far. And instead he's like, well, what about the feelings of the executives? I mean, come on. Yeah, spoken like a guy who was shorting fucking GameStop, dude. That's what this guy's doing right now. He's getting fucking owned by a bunch of weirdos on Wall Street Bets. What is this? Let's see.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Today, what I'd like to do is talk about market manipulation, Wall Street Bets, the mainstream media, institutional investors, and how they are trying to completely pull the wool over your eyes so that you blame the wrong group of people for what's been going on today. This makes me incredibly, incredibly angry and aggravated because what they're doing in a lot of the articles that I'm reading is they are framing the argument to prime the pump for you to be mad at someone that you shouldn't be mad at. They don't want you to be mad at the institutional investor. They don't want you to be mad at the greedy hedge fund manager. They want you to be mad at someone just like you who's typing on their keyboard some funny crap during work, posting little rocket ship emojis and buying stock, and most of the time, I imagine, from what I see from the posts, fairly small quantity. Now, to be clear here, just because I am getting up here to talk to you about the bullshit that money managers and hedge fund managers and institutional investors are trying to get across does not mean that I agree wholeheartedly with everything that I see posted on the Wall Street Bets forum. Just because I dislike the money managers that appear to be pushing what I believe to be a false narrative.
So what's up? Did he murder someone? Why he's got those gloves on, dude?
Doesn't mean I sign off on everything I read here. This is a ridiculous place. Most of the people who are members of this ridiculous place will tell you that they are ridiculous and that this is a ridiculous place. I am not saying that I agree with everything they say or everything that they do. All I'm saying is that this is a two-sided story, and at this point in time, I believe that you are hearing one side of it. So what went on, and what is it that pissed me off about it, and how are we going to dig into this? So what we're talking about is GameStop going from around $4 or $5 earlier last year to all the way up to $180 $140 today. So GameStop is a retailer of video games. As you can see, over the past 5 years, their market cap has kind of been bleeding out slowly. More people are buying the games online. More people are having them shipped to them using other platforms other than GameStop. GameStop is not exactly a particularly very liked store. It's an old Blockbuster-ish model. So a lot of people thought that GameStop was not going to survive the transition so that we're making in our economy right now, whether it's retail going away or brick and mortar going away or both when it comes to selling video games. So the stock has been going down. And as you can see, over the past 6 months, there has been a radical comeback here where, right before Halloween, it went up to around $10. And then right around Christmas, it was, hitting around almost close to $20. And then it hit up to $35, then $40, then $60, and earlier today it hit $140, which is absolutely insane. And there are
the irony is the only reason why I hit 40 before this push is because I assume the reason to short right after the holiday season is because it's the smart thing to do then, because it's absolutely going to go back, right? It's absolutely going to go back right the fuck down once regardless of whatever kind of investment that they're getting after, the PS5 craze is fucking over.
There are a lot of people on this forum on the internet called Wall Street Bets that are saying, I like the stock, buy the stock, you should buy the stock, here's why you should buy the stock. And they post funny memes, which makes them an easy target because they talk in silly terms and they call each other retards and gay bears and curse at each other and all this crap. They're an easy target to single out and show, look at all these bad people. When in reality, again, they're memeing, and realistically speaking, that's probably how people talk on the trading floor anyway. My dad was a broker in the late 80s, and this is how a lot of people talk. It's actually usually much worse than this. Anyway, so what's going on here? Well, the news is going to make you think that these people are all evil market manipulators that sat down and hacked something or did some evil thing to manipulate the stock to make it go this high, as if nobody else had a hand in this occurring. What they're not doing is they're not discussing the actual cause. They're showing you the funny screenshots of the funny.
The difference is, I think that they are market manipulators to some degree, but it's good.
Posts, they're showing you the high stock price.
I mean, just because they're crowdsourcing the market manipulation doesn't mean it's not kind of like market manipulation, but it is literally like
after the funny posts, but they're not actually showing you how we got here. Now, in order to explain how we got here, I'm going to try to explain the very concept of short selling and everything else, how stocks go up and down, because you may think this is being overly simplistic, but these articles that are priming people to not hate the hedge fund investor or the institutional investors that are priming you to hate normal everyday people, they're relying on people who don't have a knowledge of the market, who don't have a knowledge of finance, because those are the people who are going to fall for this stuff. So I'm targeting this video for people who don't understand the market, which is why I'm going to explain things very simplistically.
I just want to repeat something. Even if it is literally market manipulation, it's good. If the market opens up at current price tomorrow, they will go bankrupt. Shut the fuck up. When do they have to pay? It already happened? How long do they have to hold? Until Thursday? 160 has to hold until Thursday. They would lose their $3 billion. 175 is when they lose their $3 billion investment. No. I'm talking bankrupt them. Take their entire money. Because I'm not talking about their original investment of $3 billion. If they're if they're worth $11 billion, options expire Friday. That is their last chance for the stock to drop. Okay. They pay when the short positions expire. 115 on Friday, and banks have to buy big. The first hedge fund involved had to be bailed out by another the next day. And now that one is getting wrecked. Oh, Citadel was the one. Citadel at 0.72 to invest $2.75 billion into Melvin Capital Management. Oh, that's awesome. An exceptional investor and a leader. We're pleased to have the opportunity to invest additional capital. Oh, my God. Oh, Mr. Plotkin has also garnered attention for his buy of a stake in NBA basketball team, the Charlotte Hornets. Melvin plans to proceed with his plan to take in more than $1 billion in new money in February. Dude, come on. You can't tell me this is a fucking delicious, juicy story, dude. This is so awesome. It's like fucking 30-year-old mega billionaires getting absolutely fucking cumstered. 30-year-old, 35-year-old multi-billionaires from Harvard getting fucking owned by a bunch of fucking random dudes who started up their Robinhood account so they could use like the fucking stimulus money that they had, the first semblance of disposable income that they fucking had, to like make a buck in this permanent growth stock market. And now they accidentally fucking stumbled ass backwards into literally taking billions of dollars from a fucking hedge fund and maybe even taking down 2 hedge funds along with it. Well, that probably won't happen. The worst part is that like the banks, these guys will get bailed out from this soon. Oh, for sure. Well, they're not at that position because they're not randomly at that position. They're at that position because they know the right people. These people are all stupid. They try to buy low and sell high. I set my goal to buy high and sell low. Either I achieve my goals or I make money. It's a win-win. Analyst equates Wall Street bets with capital insurrectionists. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, this story is so juicy. What the fuck? This is a hilarious story, dude. Oh my God, this is so good.
Which happened on Friday.
Look at these fucking dipshits, dude. Oh my God, they're all so mad. They're big mad. It's like, you know how you hate Donald Trump? We all do, but he really triggered the fuck out of the worst people. And I mean, like, you know, establishment Republicans, establishment Democrats, like people that you fucking despise, right? Like he made them grovel. Like he made them fucking get on their hands and knees and beg. And then he still ritually humiliated them. People like John Bolton. You know what I mean? And that gives you a sense of happiness because while this guy's a piece of shit, he's like literally ruining some of the worst demons, right? And it's kind of like that where I'm enjoying the shit out of, I don't give a fuck about Wall Street bets at all. But the collective action side of things is intriguing to me. The enemies are perfect. But more importantly, I'm watching these like fucking, these people who rely on these tools lose their shit over the game no longer favoring them. And it's fucking awesome.
Friday, which really is, I think, something we really need to keep an eye on as market watchers.
It's so good.
As a data company, which is that, you know, Andrew Leff comes out and he says, hey, the stock's overvalued. There's nothing really controversial in that. But what happened is that this caught the eye of the Reddit army. Yeah. And they really went after him. They went to intimidate him and went after his family and sent packages. And yeah. It was a whole...
Wow, I guess this guy only reads one book, huh?
Whole height of...
What is it? Blame the shorts?
Harassing him.
Or is it don't blame?
To the point where he feared for his own personal safety. So this is something new where you see vigilante capitalism go from the halls of our capital to our capital markets. It's something new, and I think we need to really keep an eye on that because it's all about liquidity.
Oh my God.
And it will affect liquidity eventually.
Wait, does he literally have... Is this book called Don't Blame the Shorts? Oh my God. His book is literally called Don't Blame the Shorts, dude. Oh my God. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh no. You might as well have covered your book behind you, brother. Like that's a story in which like a fundamental problem within shorting is used against the hedge fund, and here you are, hedge fund manager, book writer Andy, literally showcasing your book that you wrote. That is Michael Burry, the guy who famously shorted the mortgage bond market before the recession, has 1.7 million shares of GME. Wait, how did he fucking know?
Bob, of course, no one wants to face threats, and we thank you for raising that sort of attention, but unfortunately, that sort of threat...
I literally never thought that I would be standing side by side with Wall Street Bets and laughing. Like, this is like that fucking Lord of the Rings meme. It's like, I never thought I would die alongside a dwarf. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.